Hi, my name is Pedro and this is my function. Today I'm going to talk about array methods in JavaScript. The 7 most used ones, to be more specific, and actually the ones that I use almost every day at my daily job. I've added some examples, so let's see how it goes. So this is Code Sandbox. I've just created a vanilla TypeScript example. Only adds parcel bundler. That is a way to bundle our, in this case, TypeScript into the HTML. If I add something like console log here, it's going to appear here, and that's what I want. To do these examples, I'm going to need to actually add Faker. That is this one, that is the new package, and I'm going to import Faker from Faker.js. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a list of products. I'm going to do that because I want to use these products as examples. So first things first, I'm going to const products and an empty array. Then after that, I'm going to create a for loop that goes to, let's say, 100 values and create 100 products. To do that, I'm going to go to for let I equals 0, I lesser than 100, I plus equal 1. Then here, if I console log, here is going to console 100 times. What I want to do now is use the first array method that I use every day, that is the push. So I'm going to use products.push, and here I'm going to add a new product. This product is going to contain an ID that is going to be Faker dot. Actually, does it need to have an ID like this? It can be I. Why not? It's going to be the index. The second parameter is going to be the name. And for the name of this one, Faker has a very nice commerce property that has a product name. The third parameter then is going to be the price. That Faker has also a price parameter. Oh, these are functions. I have to remember that. The fourth one is quantity. That is basically a number. So it's a data type with a number that's going to be until the max of 100. And then verified, that is the last parameter, just because I want to filter it sometimes, is faker.datatype.boolean. So if I console log the products now, I'm going to see that I have here they are not appearing. Why are they not appearing? Problems, Faker is never used. Oh, all right, they appear now. So yeah, I have a product like unbranded fresh soap that is, all right, $908. And we have 23 of them and it's verified. Let's say that I'm on a React application, right? And I'm going to do this here like this. There are some gotchas that some of these ones have, and I'm going to explain them as we go. The first one is, what if I want to create a list of the names of all the products? Meaning that I want to map it and have an array of only the names. Well, I could do it with a for loop, and actually these array methods are just syntactic sugars for the for loop, that is the original one. The first one I'm going to show you is mapped products, and all these array methods accept sort of a callback function that does something with it and return it depending on the return method. So let's say that I want to products.map. So here I have a callback for each product, and I can return something here. So in this case, I want to return product.name. And the nice thing about TypeScript is that it gives me these tips about what exists on this array. So if I go to mapped products here, I can open any, and it's an array of strings with all the names that that array has. Cool. So this is one usage. I'm going to make it more simpler by transforming it into a single line. So you can see the power of these array methods. It works the same way because I'm implicitly returning the name. And I could even, if I wanted to, do it like this. But let's keep it short and easy and do all these like this with the return. Yeah, this is the map. You map each object or each value of the array into something else. I can create a new array here with new objects. Like I can return super name as the name. If I want to rename this property, for example, I can create new properties depending on something else. I can do a whole sort of things, but for now, I'm gonna just push the name to it. So the next one is I want to filter something. This is used a lot to basically every website. So const filtered products, the products.filter. And this one is super interesting because what I have here is I can return a truthy or a falsy value that is going to define if this product is going to appear on the new array. Just to be clear, this method and this one, they return a new array. It's not a case for all of them, but for these ones it is. In this case, for example, I want to just have the verified ones. And as this value is already a Boolean, I can just return product.verified. And here, I'm going to have the filtered products. And these filtered products, as you can see, is only 46, and all of them have verified as true. I can also do something like find product. That does exactly the same thing as filter, but it returns the first one that it finds. So in this case, I'm going to find product where the product.id is equals to 10. So I'm going to find the product one that has the ID as 10, and I'm going to post here. So I'm going to find here one object. It doesn't return an array. It returns only one object. And it's the ID number 10. They're super, super nice. If I want to do something like price equals to 10, I can, but it's not. All right, so price is, so 10 is not obligatory to return anything. So I have to check usually. In this case, let's say that I want quantity of 50. I found one. That is cool, but this can be null. So if you see the type is an object or undefined if it doesn't find anything. I'm going to keep it as ID as 10, just so it always returns something. All right, so let's say now that I have a real issue here, a real problem to solve. I want the total value of all the products summed. So to do that, I have to sum the quantity with the price of every product. To do that, I could use a for loop, of course, but I can use something that is more powerful. That is a reduce method. So for example, reduced products. This is going to return a number, and I'm going to tell you how. So products.reduce is going to have a function that has the previous value and the current value, and then return something. And then here is going to have the second parameter as the initial value. So in my case, is 0. So here, let's see, return. I want to get the first value that I have on this product. And as it is, the price is a string, I have to transform it into a number. To do that, I'm going to get it like parse int, and the second parameter is going to be 10, just so it's in decimals. And then we have like cur, that is a current product, dot price. And nice things that TypeScript gives me this option. And then I'm going to multiply it by the current dot quantity. And actually, I'm not going to return it. This will give me the 1 value. So it's going to give me this. But I want to add it to the previous one and then go adding. So we're going to reduce the total value. What I have to do then is prev plus this one. So here I'm going to have exactly what I just told you. And to show you this, the total value is this big number that I can't spell. And yep, if I run it again, it's going to give me another number because this one is generated. So what it's doing is getting the previous value, that is in the first case nothing, the second case is the one below. So the previous value in the first one is 0. And then after that, it goes adding to this previous value, that is this one. So this is basically the origin, and this is the current from the array. That's cool, but then let's see one that you probably use every time that you go to Amazon or any e-commerce, that is the sort. The sort one has a small peculiarity to it. So if I just go to like sorted products and do like products.sort and then do something here, I'm going to change the product itself. So I didn't even need this one. If I do something like this, I'm going to change the original array. So a trick that I always use in these cases is I spread the products in the new array. So this is a new array, and I'm going to change this one. So here I'm going to run sort, and then the sort, it has one peculiarity, that is it receives 2 things, and then this one is the A and B, that is usually the first and the second part. So is the one that is the current index and the next index. And I'm going to say that I want it to be the quantity like lesser to bigger. So it's like A.quantity minus B.quantity. Then if I do that, what I'm going to have is all the products sorted by the first one is of course 0, and the last one probably is 100. But then I have like this, that is increment. And so what if I want something like the opposite? I can just do like B and A here. And I'm going to have the first item of the list being 100 and the last one probably being 0 or 1. Yeah. So remember, sorting changes the original array. There are 2 other ones that I always use, that is the every and some. These ones are pretty interesting because, for example, some products, I'm going to check like products.sum. What if I want to check if some product is verified? So I'm going to check product verified. Then of course this is going to return true because it's an array and it's randomly generating 100. So is going to return true, but what if I pass this to false? What if all of them are not verified? Then this is going to return false. I'm going to get it back. Then what if I want to know if every product is verified? So I'm going to check const sum on every product. Here is products dot every product dot verified. This way I'm going to see if every product here is verified, and here is going to return false, of course. But what if I pass everything to true? Then it's going to return true because every product is verified. All right, now I want to show you two ways of doing the same thing, and I'm going to give you a slow version and a fast version of the same thing. A slow version because it goes through the array twice, and the fast version because it only goes once. So let's pretend that I want the total value of only the verified ones. So I can make one after the other here. So for example, slow version products dot, I want only the verified ones, right? So I'm gonna filter. And then after that, I'm going to sum all of them. So I'm going to reduce accumulator and then the current. And then here is 0. And return accumulator. And then I'm going to do the same thing as I did here. Oh yeah, by the way, I can call the previous as accumulator ACC. So here I have running it twice, right? So this is what a lot of developers do, even like professional developers. They always do this slow version because it's more explicit what it does. The fast version of this, it's way simpler, is fast version. And I'm going to use reduce only once. And what is going to happen here is I'm going to check like if cur dot dot verified if it's not verified, I'm going to basically return the prev. I'm not going to do anything to it. Otherwise, this is the accumulator. So this way, I'm going to have the same exact value on the fast and on the slow version. Is the same exact value, but this one is slow because it goes to the array twice, and this one is fast because it only goes once. So a rule of thumb is, if you can, make it fast, but if it's more readable, make it more explicit, and 0.00001 millisecond is lower. That's fine, nobody's gonna care. Your developers will care if it's more readable. So do the one that you think that it's more applied to that rule. Yep, these are the 7 array methods that I use every day. So these are the array methods that I use every day in my daily job. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to. I hope you see you in the next one, and see you soon. Bye bye.